Start. Hare Krishna, thank you very much for joining our online reading session of the book Śrī Bhaktyāloka by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākūr. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktiloka Session. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamini Namaste. Gaurvani Vichara Nirvishesha Shunyam Srivasati Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Mukam Sarti Vachi Bhangam Langaya Deviram Padma Paramananda Madham Shri Chaitanya Ishvara Yasa Devi Parabhakti Yatha Devi Yatha Guru Seti Gadita Hi Artha Prakashante Mahatma Agisha Yasyoda Lakshmi Yasya Sabakshasi Yasya Astreda Devi Samyatam Vasanam Yontra Pravishim Matimam Prasuptam Sanjeeva Yatyakara Shakti Tarasudam Chasta Janashramat Adi Prana Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Dupyam Nishaprakta Krishna Chitta Pritipatri Gehadam Vasat Hare Krishna. So we are reading from the book Bhaktyaloka and we are in we are in the topic called Prayasa. So we have gone through Jnana Prayasa and now Bhaktivinoda Thakur is opening up for Karma Prayasa and Ashtanga Yoga Prayasa and other aspects of Prayasa. He is speaking further. Okay. Reading from the book Śrī Bhaktyāloka. Okay. In Karma Prayasa, there is also no benefit. In the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Dharmasvanishthita Pumsam Vishvaksena Kata Suya Notpade Detiratim Shamai Vahi Kevalam. The occupational duties of a man, activities a man performs according to his own position, are only so much useless labor or prayasa if they do not provoke attraction to the message of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, karma prayasa is contrary to devotional principles is in the same way as jnana prayasa. The conclusion is that karma prayasa and jnana prayasa are very detrimental. But a devotee who desires to properly pass his life still accepts his duties according to varnashram, as those duties are favorable to devotional service and counted as part of devotional service. All these activities are no longer called karma. In these activities, the svanishta, devotees or devotees addicted to their own line of devotion bring karma and its results within the realm of devotional service. The parinishta devotees are fully addicted to devotional service, perform pious activities that are not contrary to devotional principles only to attract people. The devotees who are nirapeksha or neutral accept activities favorable for devotional service without caring for popular approval. So there are so many aspects discussed in this particular paragraph. So we will go one by one. So now, Arjuna Thakur explains about the karma prayasa, which is the direct verse explained that one should accept the occupational duties only if they provoke attraction for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, attraction to hear the message of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, they are called prayasa. So now what we should do is that whatever activities we are doing, it should invoke our attraction, absorption, and attention towards the message of the Personality of Godhead, towards the message of what Prabhupada has given in his books. Karma prayasa is mostly relating to varnashrama duties where Krishna consciousness is not there. They are more attached to karma. But in Krishna consciousness, although one may not be inclined to hear about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, still you get some sukriti because the activities are relating to Krishna. So over a period of time, they will develop to Godhead, but it will take a lot of time. But our main activities should be in such a way that it should provoke an attraction for the message of the Personality of Godhead. So karma prayasa is contrary to devotional principles. So Prabhupada has given us the devotional principles in such a way that it will not lead to karma prayasa at all, because they are always attached to Krishna. If you live Krishna consciousness fully, then that is fully karma prayasa. Until a devotee gives up Krishna, that means a deliberate fall down. A fall down means he just gives up Krishna consciousness. He gives up and accepts karma or accepts jnana marga, jnana prayasa. Otherwise, Krishna consciousness by itself will help him. So that is the difference between Krishna consciousness and other paths. So there is no, what is that? There is no loss in that, as Prabhupada said. Neha vikramana susti pratyavayuna vidyate. What is the next verse? Next line. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya prayato mahato bhayat.
Loss or
So,
diminution.
sorry?
Loss or diminution.
Diminution, not diminution. So there is no loss. So that's why even if a little Krishna consciousness is done, that remains as an asset in our life. Whatever till now we have done in our life, it only creates burden. But once one accepts Krishna consciousness, Krishna relieves, Guru relieves you from all the burden of the world. You become very light to come back to Godhead soon. But once we give up Krishna consciousness, all the burden will again come upon our head. So here Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur says the conclusion is that karma prayasa and jnana prayasa are very detrimental. So one should not be attached to karma prayasa nor jnana prayasa. Both are antithetical to devotional service. What is that? Anya bilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam. So one should know that these two are anavritam. He should not at all indulge in these two things. But a devotee desires to properly pass his life, still accepts his duties according to Varnashram, as those duties are favorable to devotional service. So those devotees which are said in the Varnashram, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanapastha, Sannyas, he accepts this because Varnashrama Purushena Parapuman Vishnoraradhyate Pumsan Yatatosa Karanam. Atap Pumbi Judashteshta Varnashram Bhagas Swanishtitasya Dharmasya. Right? Swanishtitasya Dharmasya. Samsiddhim Haritoshana. It is done for the purpose of satisfying Hari. Pochana. Pochana means satisfying or to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that Varnashrama where it is favorable for devotion service should be accepted and should be that will help us. That acts as a vehicle for us to cross over this world. But if Krishna consciousness is not accepted, but simply accepting the duties of Varnashram, it is all mostly Asuric Varnashram because there is no basis for that. No. So, but a devotee who desires to properly pass his life still accepts duty according to as those duties are favorable to devotional service. And so one should accept those duties which are favorable for devotion and count it as part of devotional service. So that's why one who accepts Varnashrama duties to satisfy Krishna, he has to accept this. They are favorable for devotional service. And it is no longer karma, because karma means binding principle. Because there is no Krishna here. Krishna karma. Prabhupada writes in 11th chapter 54th verse, I think so. That's called as Krishna karma. That is it. So in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 54th or 53rd verse, 55th, I think, 54th or 55th, Krishna karma.
Yeah, 55th.
55th. Prabhupada
Yes.
gives in 55th. In the purport, Prabhupada writes about, he mentions about Krishna karma. I read long back. I still remember Krishna's 55.
Yes, Prabhu, 55. No work should be done by any man except in
Mat
relationship.
karma krit mat paramo. What is the why that Krishna karma is mentioned over there? Prabhupada gives in the purport because Krishna says mat karma krit mat paramo mad bhakta sangha varjita nirvaira sarva bhuteshu yes samameti pandava. Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. Actually, this verse is the prelude to the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna gives this particular verse wherein he says how to do karma to Krishna. Mat karma kran mat paramo. Understanding that. And mat bhakta sangha varjitaha. Yeah. So mat bhakta, that means Krishna's devotees, engaged in devotional service. Mat bhakta sangha varjitaha nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. So in that way, he who engages in my pure devotional service from God, he is relieved from all contaminations of the fruitive activities and mental speculation. Here also it is there. Sangha varjitaha. This is karma sangha and jnana sangha. These both varjitaha. Yeah, Prabhupada, that's why it gives freed from contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation. That's why this verse is important. This verse is directly related to what we are trying to read now. So we should all remember this. In future, somebody asks wherein Krishna says that karma and jnana should be given up, that this one should be quoted. Mat karma krit mat paramo mat bhakta sangha varjita nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. Now he has no enemy, no friends. He is always in friends with all the living entities because he has considered Krishna as the supreme goal and he works for Krishna. And that's why he says, Yasa Mameti Pandava. He comes to Krishna, he goes to Krishna. That's all. So Krishna Prabhupada writes here that, yes, no work should be done by any man. Here is Nasapta Savishyam Yatharam Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha Yukta Vairagya. No work should be done by any man except in relation to Krishna. This is called Krishna karma. One may be engaged in various activities, but one should not be attached to the result of his work. The work should be done only for him. The result should be done only for him. For example, one may be engaged in business, but to transform that activity into Krishna consciousness, one has to do business for Krishna. If Krishna is the proprietor of business, then Krishna should enjoy the fruits of the business, profit of the business. If businessman is in possession of thousands and thousands of dollars, if he has to offer it all this to Krishna, then he can do it. This is work for Krishna. Instead of constructing a big building for his sense gratification, he can construct a nice building, nice temple for Krishna. And he can install the deity of Krishna and arrange for deity service as is outlined in the authorized books of the devotional service. This is all Krishna karma. Actually, previously they used to do like that. That is why you can see all these in India still such big families like in Gujaratis families, Rajasthani families, in UP, in Bengal, in Andhra Pradesh, in Karnataka, even in Tamil Nadu, even in Kerala. There are so many families, even in Madhya Pradesh. I have seen there are big families. They always do something other. Either they construct for Krishna some temples, or they do ghats. They do lot of things for Krishna, Rama, Nrsimha. So much for acharyas. So much. That's why their families flourish like anything without any problems. You see what happened to the Mughal Samrajya. They have gone to dogs. What happened to the British Empire? They have gone to dogs. They don't understand that their forefathers have committed such a big sin, such a grievous atrocities in Africa, India, Fiji, Australia, even in United States, even even in many countries. They have colonized, they have looted, they have they have stolen so much of properties. They have killed millions and millions and millions of people. They have done all sorts of atrocities of women, children. That's why these Britishers are suffering now because of so many. They have their white girls. White girls are being and, grooming gangs are rounding up like anything. Mm. Whatever our forefathers have done, it will affect on us. We should understand. We should not be in the dream that okay, any whatever I can do. That's all. No, actually, if why all these politician families they go to dogs, they become so charitrahin bolte hain isko. Actually, charitrahin means there is no page in the history that they are recorded. Why Travancore? Can you imagine the Travancore, the Raja, the king? They are still present. There are still some kings which are still there, which they are having big palaces still there. The Mysore king is already still there. The Gaikwads, they're still there. I mean, in Gujarat, in Baroda, the kings are already there. They are there. In Rajasthan, kings are already still there. Some remnants are still there. Uh, Recently, I heard that in Bengal, the recent Zamindar of big, this one, I don't know where is it. She recently left her body and nobody could see that. So the point is that even the Puri king is still there. Some of the big kings, they are still there. They have that, their people are still eating their normal food. They are not their dynasty is not wiped out from the history. What happened to the British Empire? East India Company was purchased for 1,400 crores by an Indian businessman. The East India Company, that name and all, is purchased by an Indian businessman in London. So now East India Company is no more British company. It is owned by an Indian man. So this is what is happening, and they don't understand. They don't understand the part of karma, how it affects. It is very heinous thing. And presently, what we are enjoying, it is all because of our Sukriti is there a little bit, but We cannot deny our forefathers. They worship Bhutatmaninam Pitrinam, the Kinkaro Nayam Trinicha Rajan. So these all, we are all indebted to many people. Ultimate to, when we come to Krishna consciousness, although we have given up all the indebtedness to all people, but still we are indebted to Prabhupada. That's why we should not leave the moment, we should not leave the lotus feet of Prabhupada. So we are, like, we should be diligent enough to take everyday credit, to deposit something in the credit of Prabhupada. We should always deposit something, so that we our rina or our debt is little. We can't, because it is said that whatever comes out of the emanates from the lotus mouth of the spiritual master and Krishna. We cannot we cannot repay them, but something we have to do. uh, so that's why we have to do it. So in this, see, Prabhupada, right, Bhaktivinoda Ṭ𝚑ā𝚔𝚞 says, but a devotee who desires to properly pass his life still accepts his duties according to Varnas, as those duties are favorable to devotional service and counted as part of devotional service. All these activities are no longer called karma. Karma means there is bandhana. There is papa and punya attached to karma. We should understand. Karma means there is papa and punya. Papa and punya. Punya, papa. You cannot nullify them. Many people, at least in some of the states like Gujaratis and on Telugu people, they are filthy rich. They are so pious. They give so much of, they earn through many means. They also give so much of donation among all Indian ethnicities. These two ethnicities, they give, they want to donate a lot. Even Rajasthanis also. Very few in Punjab, or they are, because they don't have so much of money. They have money now, but previously they used to give so much. Punjab also they used to do so much. Kashmir is also do so much. But these two people, as of now, they are the people who give so much everywhere. Practically Marwadis, Gujaratis, and Telugu people. They are, and little bit, I think, Marathi and Kannada people. They offer a lot of donations to the people. That's why their families flourish like anything. Uh, but they don't understand that along with their karma, what they are doing, the papa is also, they think that by doing whatever papam they have done, so along with that, they can, if they donate something, they will be absolved of their sins. That is not the, that will not happen. So actually, that's why Prabhupada says, in these activities, the swanishtha, devotees addicted to their own line of devotees, bring karma. It is results within the realm of devotional service. This is important. Um, the Parinishta devotees, they are fully devoted, devotees fully addicted to devotional service, perform pious activities that are not contrary to devotions, only to attract people. So pure devotees will never do anything. The Swanishta devotees may do some activities which may bring karma. Uh, and because they are in devotional service, so that is not because their reactions will be there. But pure devotees, they will never bring karma. They will only do activities which are not contrary to devotional principles. Uh, just like Prabhupada. Prabhupada, whatever activities he gave us in Krishna consciousness to perform devotional service, everything is favorable in devotional service. You take book distribution, you take deity worship, you take prasadam distribution, you take anything which Prabhupada has started, anything, farm community, that is only favorable for devotions. Prabhupada has not given anything. Now, what we have started, what ISKCON has started, they want to start Annamrita. They want to start food for life. They want to start feeding the poor, Annadan, feeding the two souls in one body, feeding the pregnant lady, feeding the old people. ये क्या चल क्या रहा है? हाँ? So in that way, you can't invoke the mercy of Krishna. You're attracting people, yes, but for what? For wrong reason. You see, people are getting attracted to devotional service, but for wrong reason. People give money for wrong reason. So in that way, you get karma. You lose the mercy of Krishna. So devotees who are nirapeksha or neutral accept activities favorable for devotional service without caring for popular approval. So this we have to do it. This is for us. This is for us. Nirapeksha, neutral, accept activities favorable for devotional without caring for popular approval. We are not bothered whether mass of public accept it or not. We do it because it is favorable for devotional service. Uh, Being in the city is hellish. So we have to make plans in such a way that we move to the farms. So that is very favorable for us. Although we may be in the city. So try to do in such a way that as far as possible, it is favorable for our devotional service. Okay, further reading. Jnana prayasa and its resultant prayasa for the liberation of merging with the Lord are extremely contrary to the devotional principles that we have already read it. Hmm. Dhyana prayasa and its result. If Ashtanga Yoga prayasa aims at mystic powers and liberation, then it is also extremely contrary to devotional principles. So here again, anyhow, nobody is nowadays having that power to get the mystic yoga principles. But still, by practicing devotional service, we get into puja, labha, pratishtha. What is that? Uh, by watering the
Nishidacha.
by watering the seed of devotional service, the Nishindachar, Kutinati, Jivahimsa, these three emerge from the same. Actually, Bhakti Lata beej should sprout and the Bhakti Lata should grow. From the beej of Bhakti, the Bhakti Lata should grow. But because we are planting, we are watering the seed of devotion service. And by watering, what will happen? So many weeds also grow along with the Bhakti Lata. The weeds are like Nishidachar, not following the proper etiquette of principles. Kutinati, making all sorts of what is meant by Kutinati?
Kutniti. Kutniti.
Kutniti matlab politics karna, jealousy karna. Um, um, so we should not be in such a way that whatever we say and whatever we do is different. Hypocrisy, duplicity. Uh, so we have to be very careful. Otherwise, we have seen. um, all that is shown in the social media, we should not accept it by face. So we have to be careful. Um, one devotee I know who got cheated. What had happened is he was serving in Bhakti Trust as an accountant. Very nicely he was doing it. Yeah, some flaws are there in everybody, but he was doing very good. Suddenly he saw one devotee giving very nice lectures on YouTube. And he thought that let me go to this devotee and I will serve him. I will be under him and I will uh, hear from him and take initiation from the spiritual master, from his spiritual master. Spiritual master has no problem, but when he saw on that YouTube, he was following him very nicely. Mm. But when he went directly to that person, then this brahmachari used to give every day to one brahmachari, other co-brahmacharis to wash his dhoti. इसकी तो फट गई. अरे, what is he doing? And he doesn't come for Mangalarti also. He just comes for giving classes. That's all. And there is a YouTube lecture. He got fried like anything. Then he called me and told Prabhuji, this is the case. What I should do? What I should do? I told you. Then I told him that whatever you see on the YouTube, whatever you see on the WhatsApp, whatever you see, that is you will be cheated. You have to be with the person and then know, understand. Then you should hear from. Uh, Not that you just see on YouTube and think that he's the most charming, attractive, charismatic person. No, every charm on the social media is a insidious one. I use from Maharaj. Maharaj uses this word insidious. Means can हाथी के दांत देखने के और खाने के और. The elephant's teeth and the tusks are different. Elephant with its tusks, it doesn't eat. We should understand. Elephant has a different teeth inside its mouth. But the teeth which are shown outside, if are with it, it doesn't eat. So that is the proverb given in Hindi. So it applies even to Krishna consciousness also. So nowadays, people score book scores. They show it on they flex it on social media. But what I say is that I don't believe the scores. Don't believe the big scores. Whatever is going on, we have to know what they speak to the people, in what way they are doing it. That I say it. I boldly say it. I challenge them. If you're distributing more than anybody and you are the only person who is distributing more and more and more, then दाल में कुछ काला है और दाल ही काला है. Otherwise, something is burning or fishy. You can't, because it's not possible by one person to remain every time like that. Krishna is not a fool, or not we are a fool to sit and see all this drama going on. So we should be careful not to get enamored by all these things. So Prabhupada Bhaktivinoda Ṭ𝚑ā𝚔 says, if the rules of devotional service and the knowledge of the living entity's relationship of simultaneous oneness and difference are most natural and therefore devoid of prayasa. So Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva is devoid of prayasa. But we see that when we come to Krishna consciousness, we do so much of prayasa, even to be in devotional service. We are being put so much of so much of chanting we have to do, so much of reading, so much of hearing, and we cry a lot. In the initial stages, it is so much of this one, but at the same time, there is so much of bliss in Krishna consciousness. Sometimes, over a period of time, we think that the bliss we enjoyed when we came to Krishna consciousness, we are losing. Oh, we lost it. Hare, man, hare, when I came to Krishna consciousness, it's so good, but then now I'm not feeling the same way. Why? Sometimes we feel like that. And we think that now we are doing a lot of prayasa than what we did at the initial stages of Krishna consciousness. Why? Because Krishna gives that mercy, showers that mercy upon the jiva to enhance his Krishna consciousness, advance in Krishna consciousness, come up in Krishna consciousness. But after some time, as Maharaj writes in Brahmacharya Krishna consciousness, that after some time you have to push yourself. You have to wake up for Mangalarti. You have to chant all your rounds in the morning. You have to sleep early. You have to wake up before 4 o'clock. You have to do it. Nobody may be telling you. Nobody is there to see you. But over a period of time, it will be seen by everybody. It will be shown everybody. Everybody can see that. Don't try to patch up your anarthas with the show of all these things. Don't patch up. If we patch up, then everybody will see that. So if we patch up, it will be a great problem. So what we should do is that we should force ourselves to chant all our rounds early in the morning, finish all our rounds. This is for sure. Day in, day out, day in, day out, every day, single day. We should mark in our as a calendar. There are now calendars available, big calendars. There are big boxes. So we should cross over and then put 16. We finish today. Every day in the morning we should cross. We should make it a point. If Karmis influencers can do 21-day challenge, 31-day challenge, 41-day challenge for nonsense, useless, fit for nothing things, then how much we should do for Krishna? How much we should do for this one? Every day we should go out on books. Every day we should distribute books. Every day we should chant 16 rounds. Every day we should see that we read Prabhupada's books. Every day. It's not no day should go. Then that Krishna sees our prayasa in devotional service and he invokes the mercy by giving us knowledge, giving us the mercy, giving us. We think that mercy means only prasadam to eat. Mercy means only garlands. Mercy means some lotus dust, some lotus sweet dust. Mercy means we think only the charan tulasi or coming from Vrindavan, some dust or something. No, this every day is a mercy in our life. We should take it for granted. Every day is Prabhupada's mercy on us, that we are seeing the deities early in the morning, waking up and chanting our rounds. It's a great mercy on our head that Prabhupada has given. There is no mercy required. Actually, sometimes I don't take Charanamrut, I don't take anything. Of course, we should take it, we have to enhance it. But I'm saying, for me, the most important thing is I should wake up for Mangalarti and I should chant all my rounds in the morning. Anything others is just secondary for me. And Even if I don't take prasad, even if I don't bother at all, no problem. Till now we have taken so much of prasadam, so much of charan tulsi, so much of dust from Vrindavan, so much of Guru Maharaj Mahaprasadam, Guru Maharaj charan tulsi, Guru Maharaj dust, Guru Maharaj this, Guru Maharaj that, whoever may be the spiritual master, I'm saying. So we have taken so many times, but still we don't wake up for Mangalati. Still our dams are pending. That means we have a intrinsic problem in our head, which needs to be cured as soon as possible. There is a tumor getting raised in our head. Because of that tumor, we are not able to do anything. So when I am speaking, please devotees, don't search for so many things on Veda base or anything like that. We want you to hear properly, and then if you have things something immediately you this one, there is a, what is that, and distraction will happen. Many a times devotees write notes or something like that. We can do it later. Recordings are there, doing it later. Please focus on hearing what is there in the book and what we are trying to speak. And if devotees have some questions, you can answer. Otherwise, this distraction of the screen is very, very dangerous. Actually, I don't like to showing the screen because I am 10,000 miles away from the place. That's why I'm doing it. Otherwise, I want to do it face to face because I like that more than on the screen, more than on this online. This is all a deviation. It's all a distraction actually for us. But somehow we want to engage in Krishna service because later you can search, later you can do so many things. So we should see that. Hmm. So this type, so Prabhupada is Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying the rules of devotion is the knowledge of the being and its relations, amities, oneness, and natural, and therefore devoid of prayasa. So there is no prayasa because we are fixed in our mind. That's all. Burden comes. You can see burden when you drag your rounds at night. It is like a person, pulling the anchor of the ship, pulling the chain. It is like that. One cannot chant these rounds. One round goes, Yugahitam Nimicena. One round goes for 13 minutes, 14 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes at night. Some devotees chant whole day. Their hand is there in the Chapamala. Whole day. Are you chanting 16 rounds or 150 rounds? अरे 60 नॉर्म्स चैंट करने के लिए 2 घंटा लगता है 60 नॉर्म्स to chant 2 hours 2.5 hours. Put the plates aside, that's all. Why we have to drag till 12 o'clock at night? Why? Maybe because of Janmashtami, maybe because of some program, maybe because our children are we have little babies, we have to do it. But we don't have that, and we have so many things because Grahasthas have so many things, and Matajis have so many things to do it for the children. They're always getting contaminated because of the child, because of so many things. So if those Matajis who are having children can chant in whatever may be the circumstances, and those Prabhujis who have a hell lot of office work and they are able to chant, what to speak of brahmacharis? What to speak of people who don't have that work? Why you don't chant 16 rounds early in the morning? What's your problem? There is a great problem. So we should wake up. We should wake up. We should chant. We should read. That's all. There is no other way. Chanting, reading, and waking up. These waking up, Mangalarti, chanting, and reading. These three must is our nitya karma. Otherwise, it is just a prayasa. Prabhupada disciples in Los Angeles, they used to say that a person who doesn't come for Mangalarti is not even a human being. Bhrugupati Prabhu said, who said that devotees say there it is. I don't know. One devotee told me. I told so many devotees speak so much big things. One devotee spent a big message. He was there for so many days, but he didn't come for Mangalati for so many days. What is the use of our bombastic lectures when we are not able to come for Mangalati, not able to chant 16 rounds in the morning itself? Why? Why? What you have? 5:15 to 7:15, it's enough to chant. If you chant 16 rounds at a stretch without even a blink, of an eye, without having anything, 16 rounds will be over. The problem is that we have so many mental problems. All these are coming from the mind. So we know our mind. I cannot tell. So that's why we should control our mind. What is that? Yato nischalati manas chanchalam asthiram. Chanchalam manas chanchalam asthiram. It's asthira. It's chanchala. Tato niyamam asthaya. Tato, whatever we should make it by niyama, abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasan anyagamina. Krishna says, abhyasa yoga yukte. By abhyasa, one becomes, should be a habit. It should become a habit. It should become a habit, turns into character, character turns into our desire. So that is the way we should become. So reading further, this type of activity and knowledge is only accepted as a means. If they're accepted as a goal, then they will become source of fault. You see, wow, this type of activity and knowledge is only accepted as a means. If they are accepted as goal, so our goal is not anarthas. Our goal is not to get, not to sleep. Our goal is not to become fit and fine. No, our goal is love of Krishna. Our goal is to develop attraction for Krishna, absorption in Krishna, attention for Krishna. So this is what is important. I will explain this further under Niyama Graha. Okay. The hard labor for activities like visiting holy places is prayasa, that is favorable but unfavorable for devotional service. Hard labor for activities like visiting holy places is prayasa, that is favorable. If, however, one goes to the places of Krishna's pastimes with greedy desire to awaken his ecstatic love for Krishna and is associated with devotees, then this is extremely devotional service, not useless prayasa. You see. There are some devotees who do lot of who amass lot of money, and then they go to places where I don't want to say they go on a just a tour. Don't go like that. So one should go only to the places of Krishna's pastimes with a greedy desire to awaken. Then that is not prayasa. Other than that is not prayasa. Okay. See, there are various aspects of prayasa being here given here. So many aspects and the rules and regulations for devotional service, and that is prayasa, that is eternal rule. Okay. And then down, if you go here, the hard labor for activity for like visiting holy places is prayasa, that is unfavorable. If, however, one goes to holy places of Krishna's pastime, the desire to awaken his ecstatic love for Krishna and associate with devotees over there. What is that? What is that verse? Tirtha kurvanti tirthani suntastena katabrita. How it starts? How that verse starts? Does anybody remember? Tirtha kurvanti tirthani. It goes like this. Tirtha. Tirtha kurvanti tirthani. Tirtha kurvanti tirthani. Okay. भगवद्विधा भागवतस्तीर्थभूत स्वयं विभो तीर्थि कुर्वन्ति तीर्थानि स्वन्तस्तेन गदावृता. Devotees like your good self are verily holy places for self because you carry the personality within your heart. You turn all places into places of meditation. Now, recently, Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, gave a talk or short talk. There is a short which is released. He says that don't throw garbage in the holy places. Throw the garbage of your heart. Throw the garbage within your heart in holy places. Don't throw garbage in the holy places. So we should not throw garbage here and there. I've seen devotees, they just sometimes these mm, books have wrapped, our Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam books are wrapped. What they do, they just take the wrapper out and they throw the wrapper here and there. We should not throw it. We should throw it in that garbage or trash bin. Okay. Following the vows of devotional service is not prayasa. They are all accepted as part of devotional service. This is one more definition. We should not think that we are following uh, four regulative principles out of actually uh, other than meat eating. Nobody thinks that I want to eat meat. Intoxication. It's very difficult. Yeah. Very few devotees fall down for meat eating, gambling. Gambling, yes, there are people who fall down for gambling. Mm. Illicit sex, yes, that is also part of. That is also one of the things. That is a major thing. Mm. So yes, eating, gambling, intoxication, and sex. Yes. The prayasa for serving all the
Said
way Vaishnava.
like Guru Maharaj said in his lecture that almost almost all of Srila Prabhupada disciples had had difficulties following principles
Of
during
course,
their
everybody
youth.
has.
Yes, during their
Yeah.
youth. Yeah,
Well, yeah. Now everybody has. Everybody. The whole material world is moving in that. But
yeah,
mm, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. The prayasa for serving the Vaishnavas is not prayasa. You see, the endeavor, whatever we put for serving Vaishnavas, is not prayasa. For greed to associate with one's own peers destroys faults in the form of desires to associate with worldly minded people. Prayers have actually, there is a topic called Sangatyaga, Janasanga. These two are there. Janasanga, Sangatyaga. Um, there is one unfavorable and unfavorable. Janasanga and Janasanga is in this verse. Down you can read. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo nimagraha. Janasangascha. No. Atyahara Janasangascha laulyascha. Śrī Bhaktivinoda Ṭ𝚑ā𝚔𝚞. So Janasanga means associating with worldly minded people. Sangatya means giving up the association. Worldly minded people.
It was a very
So
nice
both.
word used for devotees, that is peers.
mm, The prayasa for serving the Vaishnavas is not prayasa. For greed to associate with one's own peers. Peers means one's own devotees. Because like-minded devotees, they are all peers. Destroys faults in the form of desires to associate with worldly. We want to associate with worldly-minded people. So better we give them Krishna consciousness. And when we associate with them, we accept Krishna consciousness. When we associate with devotees, we accept Krishna consciousness. We take their association, take Prabhupada's Disciples Association, uh, take other senior devotees association, take our peers association, hear from them, serve them, and then when we give association, what we do, we give them prasadam, we give them association, we give them books. We don't take anything from them. We have nothing, zero to take from karmis, nothing. Whatever money is there, we are taking, it's not their money, it is Krishna's money. Don't think it is theirs. Uh, it is not their money, it is Krishna's money. So the thing is, we have nothing to take. Nothing to take means here their mind, uh, their intelligence, and their style of living, their way of lifestyle, and we have nothing to do with that. The whole problem is that of nowadays with devotees is that we try to associate with more with devotees. That's why we wear pants, we wear the shorts, we wear bermudas, we wear I don't know nonsense things, and Matajis and all are they leave their hair, they I don't know, they straighten their hair, they want to curly their hair, they want to put lipstick, they want to do eyebrows, they want to eyebrows done, facial makeup, they want to do nails, this that. Why? Because we are associating with them. That's why we bring all those things in our heads. Huh? What about Prabhuji? Prabhuji is also like that. They want to bring gadgets. They want to bring everything. We want to engage everything in Krishna service. So we have to be very, very careful. Yes, gadgets are used in Krishna service, but these are the cause also to fall down. So, mm, so we have to be very, very careful when people give us money, people give us ingredients, people give us when Matajis come, when Prabhujis come. When money enters, there is Kali enters. Money enters, Kali enters. With money, Kali enters like anything. Mhm. Uh, so we should not give a chance to people to point out on us. Prabhupada has done so much of endeavor to bring this movement all the way to this stage. So we are the only people who can spoil it. Okay. This is one more prayasa. There is one more meaning of prayasa. Mm. The prayasa for temple worship is a spontaneous manifestation of heart's emotions. Somebody said one devotee said, book distribution is Rajoguna. Actually, it is an aparad in one sense, and it is not wrong in one sense. Book distribution is Rajoguna, and it is engagement of Rajoguna in devotional service. That's also true. But by saying Rajoguna, he exhibited his Tamoguna. By saying that book distribution is Rajoguna, he exhibited his Rajoguna because why book distribution? Prabhupada said book distribution is very dear to me. Book distribution, like you're giving Krishna right away on the street, on the road. People are holding the book. They're giving Lakshmi. They're giving their hard-earned money. Even if they give little or more, that is another thing. But they are becoming devotees. They are hearing from devotees. So many Bhagavatam sets I at least sold on the road in India. On the road, on the street, on the street. In the street, we used to go walk and then people used to ask, what is this? And then people used to take. Now here people are not walking so much, but we used to sell so many Bhagavatam sets. It's my misfortune that I'm not able to sell distribute books in United States so much, um, uh, but otherwise, this prayasa is actually not Rajagun. It is actually to connect Krishna. Mm. It's all part of jealousy, and some devotees cannot withhold their jealousiness, so they want to exhibit in different ways. I've heard from two devotees, and the two devotees told in front of me, and I sacked them, ransacked them, and I cut them to pieces like anything. So many, of course, I didn't kill them, but I'm saying kill with my words. Whenever I meet them, I tell them that, see, you told one day that distribution is Rajogun. I gave you the answer. You remember that? You remember it? So you should remember me. I am Krishna Keshav. You remember that? So the prayasa for activities like Sankirtan is only meant to open one's heart to chant. See, Prabhupada is saying extremely natural. You see, the prayasa for activities like Sankirtan is only meant to open one's heart to the chanting the holy Lord's holy names. It is therefore extremely natural. So this is important. There should be prayasa. Actually, we are not working so hard as the karmis are working. You don't know how much these karmis are working. They are working 24 by 7. They don't stop working. They do so much of it. James Cameron, Steven Spielberg, what is his name? Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan. He's a very big Hollywood director, and he's taking a movie Odyssey, and people are dying for it and waiting for it, and he's working on IMAX camera, and that IMAX camera is one camera is $100,000. His camera itself is so heavy, and he's building like anything. He's doing a lot of prayers, but ultimately he's going to hell. But we are not working so hard. We are not working so hard. Our devotees are very good. Of course, Prabhupada didn't teach us to work so hard. Prabhupada said you should work hard for Krishna. Mm. There is no need of a prayasa in renunciation, because when devotion to Krishna arises in the living, it easily becomes disinterested in everything other than Krishna. Oh, we have to do so much prayasa for renunciation also. Mm. Okay, this we will read tomorrow.
In material consciousness, we have to do prayas, but not in spiritual.
But that transformation from material consciousness to spiritual consciousness and renouncing material consciousness will take a lot of time, and that prayasa is valid, and that leads to, because to become disinterested in everything other than Krishna takes a long time, and Maya tests us like anything. Anartha is not so easy. So Anartha Nivritti takes a lot of time. Sadhu Sangha is easy. Sadhus are there ready. You can take association with them. Bhajana Kriya is also, they tell them to chant. Okay, you chant. Sadhu Sangha, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. And then Anartha Nivritti takes a lot of time. It may take even Like, even whole lifetimes after lifetimes, or it may take one lifetime or 10 lifetimes. We don't know. It depends on our surrender.
Yeah.
So, uh, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākūr is saying there is no need for prayasa in renunciation, but devotees know how much prayasa we all did. You all are hearing, 8 devotees are hearing now. You all know how much prayasa you did to
But at least
convince
we can
your mother.
feel that how much light we are feeling from the previous condition to now condition, like from the
Yeah, that is
previous.
what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. That is the difference you can see. Although prayasa is there, but that prayasa is valid. It's worth it. It's worth it that you are there. So much of relief. I came to United States and see that I'm coming to preach here. I have not come to sightseeing. Prabhupada said I came to United States for preaching, not for sightseeing. I remember Prabhupada said, not to see Niagara Falls. Go here, go there. No, I have a mission. I have an ambition. I have a service given by my spiritual master. I have to fulfill that. And whatever prayasa is there, that is not prayasa. That is all devotional service. And whatever prayasa is done by the scientists, it's all Shramai Vai Kevala. Whatever is done by the Modi, Godi, Jihadi, what is that, Ambedkarites, Cockroach Janata Party, nonsense fellows, these all, everything is just Shramai Vai Kevalam, useless, waste of time, waste of energy, waste of this Meta, Feta, this Google, all these useless fellows, this is all nonsense shit used for nothing. But because we want to use in Krishna service, that's why they have some value and they are getting some sukriti. As Prabhupada said, the Boeing 747 or 737 or whatever was Prabhupada was flying, Prabhupada said, this is of only use because I am traveling in this. So like that, because Krishna conscious devotees are using some Google, Meta, Feta, all these things, the social media platforms for preaching. That's why this has value. Why America is already a dead place? I'm telling you, America is already dead, gone. It's a madhouse. You go and out, there are drug addicts, zombie drugs like anything. People are selling drugs here and there, left, right, center like anything. There is children are every day, at least 5, 6 children are abducted here. Every day I get some other message. Every day means not every day. You get some other day. Children are child abducted. So many children are getting abducted. It's horrible because the media is controlled by the West. So they show project more India, Asia, Pakistan, all those countries. But here it is more rampant. Of course, everywhere, all over the world is there. But part of my point is that why it is still there because of preaching Krishna consciousness. Everywhere, world, it should have been.
In Texas, actually, it is very much like dangerous to stay because people can shoot even. Like, in-
Everywhere it is like that. It is. You have been to Texas?
no, I have heard about Texas.
You heard. I don't know. Ram Prabhu can say because he's from United States. I don't say all these conclusions, but what I'm saying is every place, even in India also, you can. There is nowadays there is no guarantee that you can live. Nowadays, even in India also, there is no protection for women. Even in US also, there is no protection for women. Even in India also, people can do all sorts of atrocity. Even everywhere it is like that. It is only Lord Nrsimhadev can protect us. That's it. Otherwise, we don't have any other hope. Mm. Normal people should be taught and Nrsimha prayers. And we come, people should be taught. Are these police fellows are telling that you have to teach your children while going to school. Why to send this girl to the school, girl to the college? Why you send your girl to the college alone? Why? Why you send your girl alone to United States, to UK to study? Why? You have one girl, single girl. You don't have any other children, and they are sending the teenage girl to study in some nonsense university in United States, UK, Europe, and that girl doesn't know what she's doing over there. What? Why you have to send all the way? Why? Why boys need to be sent 10,000 miles away? Why? Because you don't have brains to live in the same place. So that's why we need to be spoken all these things. So these are all prayasa. But devotees, there is no prayasa. But devotees also nowadays are doing so much of prayasa. And devotees also, they are not able to understand all this. They don't speak all these things. Anyhow, so we will stop here and then we'll meet tomorrow. We'll read from here. Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhaktiyoga Prayacha. We'll speak about so many things. Oh, okay. Okay. Hare Krishna. If you have anything to ask, you can shoot questions or doubts.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, my question is not regarding to today's class.
Not regarding?
Yesterday from regarding to yesterday's class.
Okay.
So after class, I was revising and I tried to read the Chatur Shlokas, and I'm not able to understand the fourth shloka, like meaning. Can you please explain a little bit?
2.9.35.
36.
Yatha Mahanti Put. 36.
Yes.
एतावदेव जिज्ञासं तत्त्व जिज्ञासनात्मता अन्वय व्यतिरेकाभ्याम यत्स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा. Actually, this is the verse I was searching for that in Prayasa. There is one particular thing that endeavor to search for the absolute truth, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in one place here. I'll tell you in the initial lines itself. He tell about Prayasa. I don't remember where is it. Okay, anything. Anyways, the person who is searching after absolute, supreme absolute truth, the person departed must certainly search for it up to this in all circumstances, in all space and time, both indirectly and directly. Yes, Prabhupada's purport is there. What else? What you didn't understand?
Like I didn't understand the meaning, exact meaning.
That's why you read the purport. That's all. What can I say? Prabhupada's purport is there. Read the purport twice, thrice. You'll understand. The main thing here it is explained is that, see, one has to be like, the process of self-realization is explained over here. The main thing is that one has to search for the absolute truth. So search for the absolute truth means the process of self-realization is being explained here in the form of etavadava jigyasa, athato brahma jigyasa. The jigyasa should be there to understand what is absolute truth. And for that one has to go search for answers. Like so many people, one should know who we are, why we are here, what's the real goal of life, who is God, and what is our relationship with God. All these things should be understood. So that is what this verse is relating to: inquiry about the absolute truth, the jiva's in inherent natural instinct to ask about the absolute truth. This is what is explained in this verse.
Okay.
So one has to, if you read particularly this particular paragraph, the second paragraph, Prabhupada explains the whole thing in this particular second paragraph. So for that one has to inquire into the absolute truth. For that one has to go to the spiritual master to understand. One has to serve him. One has to understand him. That spiritual master should come in the disciplic succession, and that spiritual master you should follow his direction. All these things are explained in this particular paragraph. So purport, if you read the purport, then that's enough. If you don't understand anything inside it, that's different. But when Prabhupada's purport are there clear, what is the thing that we have to see? This whole depth is there. So, I mean, that is what I can say.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yes. So this in this purport, everything Prabhupada mentions. The same verse, which in this particular verse also, it is mentioned about Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhyo Name Dayana Bhavana Sutena. And this is this verse. So one has to leave that, but one cannot understand by his own endeavor. So then he has to accept the Shastra, he has to accept the Guru who follows the Shastra, and then he has to follow the direction of the Guru. So that is this verse is that. Okay, any other question from today's topic? Hare Krishna. Or else we'll stop here. Okay, we will stop here and meet tomorrow. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा
कृपासिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः।
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय, जगद्गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, ब्रह्मपुत्र कृष्ण महाराज की जय,
जय
श्रील भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। थैंक यू सो मच।